All right. Heaven and hell already exist on earth. And a quick rundown of what I mean is heaven is a state of mind or state of being, and hell is a state of mind or a state of being. Hell would be considered guilt, shame, embarrassment, narcissism, bitterness, hateful, envious, cowardice, failure, just anything negative on a regular basis. So if you're constantly feeling negative, like most people, that is living in hell, because you're not meant to be living with all these negative emotions. All these negative emotions are happening because you're doing the wrong thing. Now, heaven, on the other hand, is when you're on the higher states of mind. And the only way you can purify your mind, body, and spirit and soul is through righteousness. If you're doing what's right all of the time, then you're not going to feel any shame, guilt, or any of these things because you know what you're doing is right. Things happen, accidents happen, but for the most part, you will have a clear conscience. You're not going to be feeling negative. You're going to be able to, you believe in yourself enough to where you know you're going to get to where you need to be in life. And that's basically a simple rundown of heaven. It's basically being connected to the divine. So on a physiological level, your heart actually gives off an energetic, your heart gives off energy. And there's a 360-degree energy field that your heart gives off, and it's invisible. Now, if you're on the higher emotional states, which happen if you're righteous, you'll enter those states, your vibration will be higher. And your heart actually, the energy that comes off from your heart actually affects every cell in your body. And so your body has physiological processes that are reactive to certain frequencies. So once your vibration reaches a certain point, you'll activate dormant cells in your body that also activate the pineal gland. So there's a Christ oil, in the Bible it's called Christos or the chrism or whatever. The Bible explains this, but that Christos comes down from the upper brain and it goes down your body, and then it comes up to 33 vertebrae, which is the age of Jesus, because Jesus is the seed that's born in the solar plexus, and it goes up to your pineal gland. And then once it goes up to your pineal gland, that activates dormant cells in your brain and body that are responsible for psychic abilities. Now, this is when your mind and body, this is when your body goes through transformations, but it also transforms your spirit as well, your mind, because you're going to have more cells working. And the only way to even activate this is if you are righteous and if you've gone through the journey. So no corrupt person will ever experience heaven on earth, because the universe does not give spiritual power to those who are corrupt. So anyone who's corrupt, living in hell, bitter, angry, hateful, all these things, they will try to take it by force. And they'll never experience heaven on earth because they're so full of shit. And they don't realize that it's a real physiological process as well. And church too. Church is fake. All that shit is fake. Religion was made by the Illuminati. They have a video telling you church is fake. Jesus never existed. Jesus is just an allegory for a seed in your body. If you want to be blessed, start doing the right thing all of the time. And a lot of people do immoral things, but being immoral or ignoring the truth is the same thing as sinning. Ignoring what needs to be done, ignoring what you are supposed to be doing. All of these religious texts or spirituality texts all reference an experience or a state of being. None of it has to do with stars, galaxies, or any of this shit, because at the end of the day, we all have a spirit and soul. The devils, aka the Illuminati, try their hardest to confuse you and manipulate you to keep you out of your higher self, because at the end of the day, we're all connected. We are all gods experiencing life through a different lens, if you know what I mean by that. Like, we all have spirit and soul in different bodies, so we're going to experience different, we all have different experiences. I don't know how else to explain that, but this is why you see so much research being done with quantum physics. This is why they do rituals and practices and yoga and all these things, because they're trying to manipulate the physical to get spiritual gifts. But what they don't understand, the only way to get spiritual gifts is to transform your mind. You don't need to go out here and do a whole bunch of bullshit with your hands or worship some damn God. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to believe in what you see and what you experience and what you think. And you have to be honest, because morals govern the universe. So if you go against nature, you go against morals, you go against righteousness, then of course nothing good's going to come out of it. And unfortunately, a lot of these churchgoers, there are very few people who go to church that are actually good people. But for the most part, most people cling to religion because the label sounds good. So if you are religious, it's like, oh, I'm religious, so that means I'm holy. But I thought what makes you holy is your actions, not what you call yourself. Because just because you go to church doesn't make you anything. It's what you do on a regular basis, your entire being. You have to be doing the right thing all of the time, not when you go to church on Sunday, not because you read a book. Because I can tell you right now, I know hella Christians, hateful, envious, dumb as fuck. But then they go to church, oh, you need Jesus. Shut the fuck up. Don't nobody need no damn Jesus. You don't even know who Jesus is. And the word crucified in the Bible, when it was written, meant to increase 1,000-fold, not to crucify. So that alone changes the entire meaning of the Bible in the first place. And plus, Jesus is the word Jesus, or the story of Jesus, is nothing but an experience. So we are all different forms of Jesus. Jesus is a reference to our higher selves having experiences, because divine beings are different forms of Jesus. If you get what I'm saying, it's like, and all these people who say that religion is truth aren't being honest, because there's no way you understand everything that the Bible is saying, everything that the Quran is saying. There's 100% contradictions in it, and there's multiple layers to religion. It's about physiology, spirituality, morality, and it's completely outdated. It does not teach you about the corruption going on in the current day and age. It doesn't teach you anything else. It's basically just ear candy with a little bit of wisdom in it. All you need to learn from life, you will experience. You don't need a book to tell you. It may help you think of things in a different lens, but it's not the end all be all. And it's a lot of people that complain and say, oh, well, I am doing the right thing. Well, if you was doing the right thing, you wouldn't be complaining, because self-awareness is key when you're righteous. So if you're doing what's right, you would already know what's coming. You would not be upset. You would not be complaining. You wouldn't be doing any of that shit. So don't be fooled by people pretending to be nice, pretending to be good, saying, oh, well, I deserve this. If you do what's right, you will be blessed. I don't know how else to put it. And if you're not blessed yet, you got some work to do.